welcome back to my channel. It's a girl, IAmCleopatra O, and I'm back here with another video. So on this video I'll be finally explaining and basically answering all your questions about how to get a student accommodation like the one I posted. If you have not seen that video, then I'm going to link it somewhere here. I posted basically in April the student dorm single apartment I moved in for Rhine University, and since then I've been having a lot of DMs and a lot of questions on how do you get such an apartment. So it's actually very easy. You just go to hsrw -d.de, and that basically stands for Studenwerk Düsseldorf. So Studenwerk is usually basically the company or the organization that takes care of student dorms for the various universities. So the first option I would always recommend to you if you got an admission in one of the German universities is to check Studenwerk and maybe the city where your school is located, and they might have something for you. And maybe if you live in a small city, just like the way I do, I live in Kleve, and Kleve is a small city, so it's under Düsseldorf. So it's Studenwerk Düsseldorf that also handles the student dorms for Kleve and also for Kamp-Leenvoort, depending on which of the courses you might be doing. If you're coming to study in Rhine University, is either you be in Kleve campus or you be in Kamp-Leenvoort. So you can basically start already checking locations close to these two campuses. So you're just going to go on the website. The website can be translated to English. So you just go to the website, go to Student House, then you go to online applications for students, and then when you click on that page, there is another portal that's going to basically open called Studenwerk Düsseldorf Student Services Application for Admission. And then there you can just basically get all of the informations. So the waiting time really varies. I will say the truth, already from the time I applied last year September, and the only thing that I was lucky for was that due to the pandemic we didn't have any classes on site, so that gave me time to basically wait until when I was going to get my own accommodation in Kleve before actually moving to campus. But I can understand that now all of the classes are now physical, so you may need basically an accommodation as soon as possible. I would say that if you have to choose, because when you're doing the application, it will ask you what kind of apartment you're looking for. And another thing also that is very helpful is that when you go to the student housing, you can actually click on residential complexes, and there you're gonna get like the whole list of houses that they have, both in Düsseldorf, in Kleve, in Kamp-Leenvoort. So you just have to choose the one you want. And then we have like the WG, which is basically a shared apartment, which can be shared by you and another person, or you and two other people. And those are usually the most easiest to get. So they're usually like faster in terms of, you know, application period and so on. But for me, I was very determined by the fact that I didn't want to share my space with anyone, so I wanted to have my own apartment, and that is why I went for the single apartment that you could see in the previous vlog. So you could choose the single apartment. I think we have I think we have 3 complexes in Kleve that has single apartments. So, or even I think all of them have like a single. So we have like a full building, right? And then sometimes like the first floor, like the floor I am in, the first floor is just single apartment, the second floor is like WG, the third floor is single apartment again, and it's just like, you know, mixed. So but I think there are more rooms for the WG. So if you're looking for something very urgent, I would say maybe you should start with the WG, and then maybe you can go with the single apartments. The prices also vary, especially due to the inflation. There've also been like a rent increase. So I currently pay 298 but this is at the time as I'm filming, and I got the contract at the beginning of the year. So I know of people who got the contract like a few months ago, and this does not that's not the same thing for them. So 298 as at the time I basically got my contract, but it could be much more. So you could just have, just calculate it of an amount of 300, 350, which is still a very good price because everything is included. So the heating, water, and everything is included. The only thing you have to pay separately is your bill, exactly. The radio bill that you have to pay on your own. Otherwise, we have the internet and everything that has to be in the house. The house comes exactly as I showed you in the video. It comes furnished, so the only thing you might have to just bring in, if you're somebody who is a very simple person, is basically just bring in your bag, and that is just all about that. However, you could bring some small things, but I mean, I would advise you to keep it simple, just so that you can keep the house clean, fresh, and everything, because you also have to remember that you're going to pay a caution fee. So you're going to pay like 3 months of rent advance before you enter your home. So it's very important that you keep it, fresh, clean, and neat, so that at the end of your stay you can actually get the advance payment that you made at the beginning of your contract back. Other important things that you should know is that when you are applying, you have to basically upload your passport, your proof of enrollment. But I think maybe, I don't know if it's possible for you to also apply even if you have had like you have gotten your admission. I think you can do that, but then you might have to upload your proof of enrollment for you to finally get the house. So you could also still be in the queue, but you have to finalize your documents for you to then get an offer, right? And then when you get an offer, usually one thing you should be prepared of is that when you get an offer, you usually get a very short amount of time for you to process your payment. So it would be good, if you really know that you want to go into the dorms, to maybe keep your 3 months advance. Like, you already know from the portal how much that particular house that you requested cost. So just keep your advance payment already set, so that anytime you're being called, you can basically just pay off and get your contract. After doing your application online, every month you're going to be getting a link that you have to click. The link is valid for 5 days. You have to click it to basically show to StudentVec that you're still interested in your application, and they basically see that you are an active searcher. So you guys sent a lot of questions and I took them down, so I'm just going to reply to some of them. A question was, are you allowed to stay in this apartment for 4 years or only for a semester? If you had to study for 4 years, would you have to look for multiple apartments? So you, in this rental, you get your rental for 6 semesters, if I'm not mistaken. There are 6 semesters, and only if you really have urgency, then you ask for an extension. And please keep it at the back of your mind that it's not always being accepted. Second question was, I'm concerned about the bed, though it feels like it's too small. Can someone buy their own bed and come in? So the bed, unfortunately, is fixed to the wall, so you can't remove the bed. And even if you could, still, you wouldn't even have a place to keep their bed. Some people may, for example, feel that it's low. I also felt that it was a bit low, so I just bought like a big thicker mattress to just put it on top, and yeah, it was just good to go. And then the third question is it 300 euro a month or a school semester? So it's 300 euro every month. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I also got the question, the particular apartment that I live in currently in the dorms is about 15 square meters. And also wanted to mention that if you are a student coming with children, there are also particular dorms that have been like basically furnished in a way, or is like how will I say, the interior basically looks more for families. So if you're coming with a child, or you're coming like with, you know, a wife, a husband, and your child, there are also specific dorms that are mostly for such cases, and you will also find it on the website. So please also check that out, so that you can basically find something that is going to be convenient and more suitable for your own situation. I think I've given you all the most important information that you should know about getting the dorm. Another thing is, the last thing I would just say is, please have a lot of patience, but at the same time, if you don't understand something, please don't just assume. Check the website. If you don't see it on the website, there are some contacts that you would find on the website. Feel free to call them and explain things so that you can totally understand. You know, as a new person in the country, the last thing you would want to play with is something such vital and sensitive as accommodation. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and feel free to drop any further questions that you may have in the chat box. Thank you, and I remain your girl, I am Cleopatra O. Bye.